Good morning and sliding in the afternoon. Just a second here. Nana's going to get you right here. Oops, let's see if I can get that for you. I just caused it to come off that deal there. But, let's see here. Okay. Nana is not in her usual place, right? So, yes, you have Nana here, also known as Judy Allen, with Teach Me Nana Friday here with Zoe Nana Stampin. So, Nana is not home. Grandma Ann is still in ICU, so thank you everybody that has sent out prayers and been inquiring and everything else. So we're going to go ahead, and last week we sat up there and we made a box lid. All right, and then we had someone, Sherry, sit there and said, well, why not make a coaster? All right, that was Sherry Ross. So today we're going to take, and that was such a great idea, we're going to take what we did last week and we're going to make it into a coaster. And what we're talking about is a drink coaster, right? So I don't actually have right now, I've got them ordered, they'll be coming in. So the coaster size we're making is for a 4x4. So if you've never made your own coasters for at home, right, it comes in different shapes. You've got squares, you've got rounded corners, you have circles. So, but the size that I'm getting is a 4-inch, right? It's 4 inch by 4 inch. So we'll have choices, but I'm just going to show you how easy that is to sit up there and be able to make it and do it. All right. So watch out. I'm going to put us down in the hands. Oop, I got to switch it so you're not looking at the ceiling, right? Okay. Still didn't do it. Okay. Just going to have to bear with Nana here. Okay. So I'm not going to sit there and hold the camera, right? Because I can't do things if I'm holding my phone. So like I said, I'm not at home. And so we're just doing what we have to do, right? Hello, Rebecca. So we have two choices here, right? So we can do rounded corners, we can do circles, and so forth. So the first thing I was going to do is to show you, take what we did last week, and this is what we did. And so you're not going to be able to put bling on top of this, right? Because we're going to slide this into a coaster. I have some at home, so I already know what those look like. But this is a 4 1/4. So my coaster's coming in as a 4x4, right? So this is 4 1/4. So I've got some that's coming in circle and I have some coming in squares. So I'm going to look for, we already know what this size is. So I'm just taking some deckled circle dies. And you can see this looks like about, it's going to be the correct size I need to put in that size. So this would just barely fit in there, right? Let's see what the next size looks like. I think it's just a little too big. So what we're going to do is you're just going to have to die cut this, right? That's all we're going to have to do. I'm not sure that's going to make it happen. Let's see. So you just want to make sure whatever you use, it doesn't matter what you use, right? If you wanted to, you could get a small plate and draw a circle and hand cut it if you want to. But I'm just going to give it a nice little edge here. So let me go ahead and put this aside because this is the one that's going to, looks like it's going to work the best. So now one thing I did last week is I actually had some so-called butterflies that I had die cut and we put in there to decorate for it. So if you want to look at it, you can go look at it from last week and you can see what we did. So I'm just going to put this right here in the center here. Now if you were concerned this was going to move on you when you die cut it, then just take a post-it note and put it down here and it'll hold it in place for you. I'm just going to do this here and we're just going to crank it out without me disrupting the camera, hopefully. So the way the coasters work is I actually have some photo coasters at home and that you just slide it in, right? It's just got like a little slot that you can sit there and slide in. So what you need to think of when you're making the coasters is generally when they have a photo that you can slide in, it is literally the size of a photo, right? So if I look at this, this is most probably about that thickness. Maybe not quite. I'll put that aside here. But then all we're going to do is we're going to take this here and put this right here. So you can see that this is not going to really allow for a lot of bling. It'll allow for the butterflies that I used last week. And I don't have them with me because I left them at home. But that's okay. We can put them on here. We can put the water ones on here for the moment. I can replace them just so you get an idea what we did last week. So we're going to make two coasters. I'm going to make this one here. And I'll just go ahead and put some of the water bling on here. Water drop blings. Now this won't go in the coaster because I don't think it will, because I think it's going to be too thick. So we're just going to take these here, and you know what, I'm just going to put them on for now so we have some embellishment, just to give you the flavor of what we did last week. So see, those aren't going to show up anywhere like the butterflies did, right? Because the butterflies are done in glow-in-the-dark paper, and they were very pretty. Okay, so we're just going to put this here for the moment so you can get the idea. So this is just going to slide into the coaster, right? Because that was a great idea Sherry came up with. I really like that. So hello, Sue. So the other option would be, is I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to do it with the other card. Because I can easily, so I already know who these are going to go to, right? I'm going to make a set of 4 once the coasters come in. So this one, I'm going to actually make a square coaster with rounded edges. All right, so I'm just going to size this down to a 4x4, and I cut this out too because I want to use this, right? So let me set this aside. I'll put this right here. And so this is already at 4 1/4, right? So I just need it to be 4 inches, because basically that's what we're going to end up with in our coaster. And then I'm just going to come over. So I wanted a little bit of the blue. So I'm going to have to maneuver this a little bit, right? So I wanted just a little bit of the blue. And that's okay, because I'll use these scraps to create something else. And then I'm just going to flip it and turn it, and I'm going to make this to 4 inches. Okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this round. Now you could take 1/4 or something like that and go around your edges. We're going to see about doing it with this here. All I want to do is round my edges, right? I'm not trying to do anything super fancy. I'm trying to see where I can stick it in it. I need to stick it in just enough so I can get a nice round edge. So see, we just want to get it right like about that. And I'm just going to do it like this here. And I can smooth out the edges, the corners with scissors, and that's what we'll do. I'm getting my corner in here. So you just have to look for the gap. I was trying to look for the gap here. So I'm like really trying to look at you, and I can answer you if I can. And I'm just going to come and do this right here all the way around. So like if you can't decide where you're at, then just, you know, close it like I did so I can get my edge again. But I am going to want my corners nice and smooth, right? Because when my coasters come in, I already know it's going to be nice and smooth. And so then all I have to do is just going to take my scissors here as soon as I see them here. Yep. And we're just going to smooth off the edges here, okay? That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to surround it off so I don't have a pointy edge. Because so when those coasters come, they have a rounded edge, right? So I'm going to have it smoothed out anyway, and I could use the coaster itself. That one looks fairly smooth. I just don't want a pointy edge, right? I just want a nice, smooth, round edge. It's sort of like if you were sewing or anything else, right? Okay, so we're going to have the coaster like this. So we're just going to take and put this on here. And I wanted to put these forget-me-not flowers on the set of coasters I do here. So I was trying to see if I can make this work. Because I know that I'm not going to have a lot of space, but I'll have some space, right? Okay, I'm going to do it just like that. Because I think these cards, with the fact that they put the name of the flowers and what they have, the different meanings they have, I think that's pretty special. And I'm thinking of the person I'm going to give this to, and I know they would treasure that. Not that the other person wouldn't, but I also know they're going to like the color scheme of the lotus flower. But this one's the forget-me-not, so I have a number of people that like the forget-me-nots because they're blue, right? Not because they're just a flower, just because of the color blue. So now I had actually tucked that a minute ago, and I can still tuck that again. I just want to get this positioned right about there. Will be fine. So yeah, so on this you're going to want to glue, right? Because you want it as flat as possible, knowing you're going to have to slide it in the slot on the coaster that allows you to put photos on your coasters. So I'm just going to slide it right there. And I'm just going to move that right about there. Now, I couldn't get all the words right because it's like it would take up this whole sheet. But at least this is fine enough for me to make a coaster. So see that? We just have a nice, easy to make coaster that will be able to slide in for somebody that loves blue, and they'll have the forget-me-not on there. So this one here is just missing the butterflies. We'll put the butterflies on. So we just do this with a die to cut out our circle. In this one, we just use the punch to round off the corners, all right? So it just depends of what kind of coaster that you want, of shape-wise, right? Because there's several different shapes you can get. Anyway, these are the 2 shapes I've ordered, and they will come in soon. So that is how quick and easy it is to be able to make a coaster. So we want to thank you, Sherry Ross, for that idea, because that is a quick and easy way to make 4 coasters for anybody, right? Gift or someone in your family. So let me come back. So that is just how simple our project is today. And personally, I don't know about you, but today I need simple things. So with that, I hope you enjoy this. If you did, be sure to follow us here on Facebook as well as YouTube, where we will have it posted of what we did out on YouTube. It'll most probably be posted tomorrow or later this evening. And we'll get the photos posted out there also on Instagram. So with that, be blessed. Have a great weekend, and look forward to seeing you next week with Teach Me Nana. Bye.